So we're going to do something fun to introduce Hamlet. We're going to practice parts of speech. Okay, so we have nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs. Everybody knows their parts of speech, right? Okay, so each team of people is going to get a slip of paper, and on this slip of paper is a list of parts of speech. You have to come up with a nice, robust word to fit the part of speech. For example, if the part of speech is verb, what would be a robust verb you might use? Ascended or ascend, okay? Good. So you want to come up with some creative words, but don't make the words so obscure that nobody really knows what they mean. You want them to be words that you're pretty confident you know what they mean, okay? And then we are going to use these words in a fun activity with him. Okay, so are you comfortable doing a list by yourself because your team partner's doing something else? Okay. If you cannot remember what a particular part of speech is, or you need clarification, please let me know and I will come help you.
Sounds good with words.
All right. Words.
Should we go with the past tense or?
Unless it says past tense. If it doesn't say, then go with present tense.
Oh yeah, it goes. SWAT. Oh yeah, we should.
Transitive verb is a verb that transfers action to a direct object.
Okay.
Like throw a ball. Yeah.
Okay, so. Wait, okay. Confusion.
Okay. Let's do it. Or bite.
Adjective.
Can we do
Inhale.
I don't really know.
Plural noun. It's a good one.
You need to go back down.
I mean, it doesn't
Maybe
matter.
for this one.
Like aghast.
Ships. I don't know. Illegal whales.
Transitive verb. Be. Become.
It's one of the most obscure ones ever.
Wait.
Is aghast an adverb? Does it tell how something
No,
is done?
adjective.
Adjective.
It's adjective. Yeah.
Right.
Well, it depends on how you use it.
I am aghast.
Okay.
Ceramic points.
Adjective.
Love. Yeah, that's good.
Well, we're probably gonna look it up, like the translation from the actual
Adverb.
Like quickly.
Not always.
Typically.
It describes how, when, or where.
No, what,
That's the.
That is. That is an adverb.
Is it really an adverb?
Typically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it describes how something is done or to what extent.
Okay. It's not common. You guys are good.
Okay, noun.
quickly. Okay.
Pylon.
Fine.
How are you coming?
I'm really bad at like this sort of stuff. It's like I forget every single word in existence.
All right, well, you know what a noun is.
Yeah, I just can't think of like any examples.
So abstract noun means what?
Well, you can't physically like touch it.
It's an idea,
Yeah.
right?
It's like that.
So what would be an idea?
Let's do it.
What's a pile?
English.
Well, English is a noun
Make sure that it's.
because it's an actual thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is something we actually use, so I don't know that we would call that an abstract noun. Because it's something that you actually utilize. An abstract noun might be something more like faith. Well, write a synonym maybe.
That is used for support or for navigation.
They don't have to be either concrete or abstract. So.
That's right. If it's not,
Or a tower used for carrying power lines high above the ground. Pillar-like structure.
so how are you guys doing? You're done, okay?
So, something.
Okay, Stephanie, why don't you bring your list over here and let this team help you because your group got small. Stephanie needs a little help with her last ones.
Maybe another abstract noun.
No,
Inspired.
you should do black hole.
But that's an adjective and a.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
becomes a thing.
It does.
So then it's really a compound word with a space, which is okay. Anytime you put two words together and they become a new noun with its own separate meaning.
No, we didn't impale. We didn't impale.
Drown, death.
Death. It was kill definated. Kill definated.
Adultery.
Oh, F-E-N-G?
Adult.
Feng shui.
Oh, it's transferring.
Transferring throws to be transferring distance. Transferring action. So we put
You can scoop. You can scoop dirt.
transferring
Did you know that?
That is true.
That is a fact.
Well, they're trying to come up with a transitive verb.
Oh.
You can incinerate.
concrete noun.
Incinerate.
This is actually a linking verb. A transitive verb is an action that transfers to an object, like bake a cake.
Oh.
Shireen said
With the
throw
direct
a ball. It has a direct object.
Yes,
Oh.
there you go.
Let's see, what's
Isn't it? How do you spell it?
Uranium.
Uranium?
What connotation does uranium have?
No, it's concrete noun.
Oh.
Yeah, concrete.
Oh, I thought you were
Literally
saying
just put concrete.
I mean, if you want to read that.
cement. Yes.
Where'd you put it?
Has to have a direct object. Swimming.
Alright, go.
Things I found in just swimming. Okay, just.
Stephanie's a little less extreme than ours.
She didn't need to come.
Okay,
You could go.
so here's what we're going to do.
It's actually trying to-
On this page, I have a Mad Lib of a famous soliloquy. And on my Mad Lib, I have numbered 1 through 37. So it goes in order. So Stephanie will have numbers 1 through 12. And this team has numbers 13 through 24, and this team has 25 and on. So when it is your turn to say a word, I will pause and I will just sort of point to you, and then you say your word.
Okay.
Okay? So, Stephanie, what you need to know is number 1 is repeated. Okay? So, the first 2 times I point at you, you say number 1. Okay. Now, the clearer that you say your words, and the more quickly that you say them when I point to you, the better this will sound. Okay? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Does everyone have a designated reader of words? Okay, here we go. Hamlet's soliloquy. To
Convey.
or not to,
Convey.
that is the
Painting.
whether 'tis nobler in the mind to
Conflict.
the
Inkwells.
and arrows of outrageous
Belief.
or to take
Toes.
against a sea of
Inspiration.
and by opposing end them to
Cheat.
to sleep no more and by sleep to say we
Scoop.
the
Glass.
and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation
Coldly.
to be wished. To
Arson.
sleep perchance to
Ascend.
aye, there's the
Fear.
for in that sleep of death what
Ghosts.
may come when we have shuffled off this mortal
Black hole.
must give us
Confusion.
there's the respect that makes calamity of so
Aghast.
a life. For who would
Heard,
the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the
contemplated,
man's,
quickly,
the
feng shui,
of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his
uncle,
make
bunny.
with a
Oh,
bare
sorry.
bunny, with a bare bunny.
Sorry.
Who would
Just wanted to
Who
say
with felines
bear to
waddle,
and
swat,
under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered
Gouda cheese,
Gouda cheese, from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather
impale,
those
beluga whales,
we have
Sarah
than fly to others what we know not of. Thus
ceramic plate,
does make cowards of us all, and thus the native view
Passion
of
does though.
passion,
is
enlightened,
or the pale cast of thought, and enterprise of great pitch and moment, with this regard their currents turn,
typically,
and lose the name of
pylon,
soft you now, the fair Ophelia,
great dinger,
in thy
leotard.
be all my sins remembered. The end. Very well done. You can give yourselves a hand.
That's good.
Although.